Hello and welcome to another episode of One Station Further. Today we're doing episode 9, which means 9 stops. Now, this was probably one of the first episodes where I actually had somewhere I wanted to go in mind. And that's because this is take 2, and take 1 was quite a failure. I kind of went too far on the Austral, and therefore I ended up in a dead-end station in the middle of nowhere without realising it. Oh, that's our train. So, that's why I kind of had to have the goal in mind, because this station only is served by half the trains in each direction. And the platforms are really weird too. Oh, come on, get in! Yeah, there we go. Cool train. I think it's a 508, class 508. I could be wrong. I don't know my British trains at all. Yeah, that's a really nice bridge, by the way. I love that bridge. I really do. Yeah, I mean, look, it's a railway bridge, goes over the river. You can't go wrong with it. So what I found quite interesting about this section of line in particular is after that really nice bridge, there's a really steep gradient in there. It's like, I want to say 1 in 8 or something. It's ridiculous, but it makes for a really cool, picturesque shot, I guess. East number, pretty cool. I mean, look, it looks a bit overbuilt for what it's worth, but I kind of like it. And yeah, I mean, look, it looks like your average new MCR service station. Except the interchange is absolutely shocking if you're at the wrong exit, which I, was. So yeah, but I made it eventually, and our train's coming, so that's all good. Now, my goal was to get to Hylkemare, right? Unfortunately, I didn't make it this episode because I think it's another 8 stations. Oh, the train driver, hello. Hello, how are you? So that's really unfortunate, but I did my best. Because I think they're running Stadler flirts somewhere, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, we're getting out of the tunnel, we're getting out of underground. And we are greeted with night. And a swamp. And a little kind of boring viaduct. First station, it's a brick building. I mean, look, the arches are kind of cool, but really not much to say about it. It's a light rail station. They're going to be a little less well furnished than the heavy rail stations. And it's in a swamp too, so it provides a nice contrast to it, but I think it will stick out like a sore thumb if I actually looked at it from the exterior, which I'm not going to. Yeah, dwell time for light rail is actually quite long. Anyways, I digress. Into cutting we go. Very boring looking cutting, but that jungle and that hill's looking quite nice. See what happens when we go through a tunnel. Oh, it's a hill. I tell you what, I quite like this section. It reminds me of the Jubilee Line extension on the London Underground without PSDs. I think that looks pretty cool. Honestly, I just like the look of the deep slate in general. I really feel like more stations should try to use kind of that aesthetic, I guess you could call it. And we are off. Out of the tunnel we go eventually. It's a hill at the end of the day. We're ground level still, technically. Oh, that's quick. Out of the hill and across the river, and we're already at the next station. It reminds me of Daimotsu station. Again, except it's in a jungle, but other than that, it's basically the same thing. It's kind of cool, I guess. You can't go wrong with the design. It's just if it gets repeated too much, it's going to look a bit repetitive. Wow. Great news from the great philosopher, who couldn't keep his mouth shut enough and said some really wacky stuff as a result. Anyways, across this rather long river this time, and this jungle looks, by the way, I love the way it looks. I feel luscious. And then I think on your left you're going to see a purple jungle. Yeah, I mean, like, you can't not love that contrast. It's kind of amazing, and even though next station doesn't look that special, the fact that it's kind of in between these two biomes is just amazing. Yeah, it's an average light rail station. But I like the location though. I love the location. It's probably the best place light rail station in this whole trip, I reckon. And of course there's another tunnel. I feel like this route's just really tunnelled in general. Like, it's a light rail system, you really should not be putting in tunnels as much as you are. Hold up, this is like middle of nowhere. Why are they putting light rail here? There's no development around it at all. I mean, it's cool, but I feel like that's just one thing the MTR server is lacking. Overbuilt engineered stuff, which looks cool, but then you have just... Oh, look, another average... Again, it's in a jungle, but it's a pretty average station. Because just, yeah, there's not enough development around it. You might have a couple houses, but then you don't need a whole station for that. So that's one thing I just wish the MTR server could do a bit better. Other than that, I think it's one of the best servers in the user mod. It's got a good variety and stuff. And we're off into another tunnel. Again, this route's really tunnelled. Not that it needs to be, but... And we're going underground. Oh wait, no, we're not going underground. We're still at ground level. It's under a hill, and somehow the next station, even though it's going to be lower, is still going to be above ground. Oh, that's interesting. Look, overall, it is a bit of a downgrade, but it's a nice change of pace, and I really like the surrounding. It really works with it. It's really... I like how modern it looks, but it also looks like a modern shelter, which isn't a particularly good thing, practically. Just like, in practice. I really like the location though, like, the beach and the water, it's splendid. Now across the bridge into the ocean. Oh man, that's just wonderful. Honestly, there's not too much I can say about it, it just looks really good. Yep, another station that looks exactly like that. Look, it's not as repetitive as brick building because there's only a couple of stops with them so far, but of course that could very easily change next episode. Okay, more tunnel. Oh, an uphill incline. I see. Park Veg. That's our final stop, I believe. So, unfortunately, I did not make it to Hylkemare, and it's still quite a while, but I will be able to reach the next episode, which is good. Also, this viaduct thing, it's getting a bit old. This is kind of cool, though. I like the ground level. Yeah, it's awesome. Again, it's got a very similar design to the rest of them, but yeah, it's not too bad looking, I guess. So yeah, we're going to go on the route to the right. As you can see, I calculated, I think it's another 8 stops or something, which means it'll be a bit annoying to get to, but we will definitely hit a next episode, which is good to hear. It's good to see. Yeah, I think that'll wrap up the episode. Thank you for joining us. Oh, come on. Did I accidentally fair evade? Really? That's annoying. Thank you for watching this episode. I really appreciate it. See ya.